up to this point, this is able to what we're able to achieve to this particular point. So in this video, what I'm basically going to look at is a way to actually get our music. Because if I hit on play, nothing is actually happening here. So before we can actually make a function here that we can set to this our play, that when we hit play, it's going to play music for us. First of all, we need to get the music out first. So the music part, but I'm going to make use of the part for the music has to be available. So if the music part is not available, I don't think there's any way to play the music. So there are many ways to actually get a music player. So you get a music part. When it comes to that of Android phone, you'll be wondering how Android phones tend to actually have to get your music part easily, because in this video we're going to make use of what is called os.work. So we can tend to work on our entire system, to work around our entire system to actually find all the music, all the files that end with .mp3, because no one something that ends with .mp3, you know that is music. There are also a whole lot of other files extension that music can end with. If you are still confused on what is, just try file extension. The link is down in the description down below, so you can watch the video I talked about file extension in more detail form. Okay, so with that being set aside, so I'm going to show us 3 ways when it comes to because not each operating system, like that of your Windows, Linux, or your Android mobile phone, the way they tend to move or tend to operate can be differ. So when it comes to, like I said, on this we're going to make use of os.work, but I'm not going to walk through my entire system, but I'm going to show us an example one I mean walking through our entire system. It's going to take a whole lot of time to actually achieve all these things. So I'm going to comment some things out on my system, and I'm going to show us what os.work. I've explained os.work in well detailed video, and the link is also in the description down below in case if you're interested in watching that. So I'm going to comment some of all these things out. So I'm going to comment our whole code out. So I'm going to leave only this of our OS module. So for us to actually work, it's just going to be for what? For, I can say, directly folder. So I can do something like root. I can say root. Okay, let me just say root directly, and then that of the files. So in what? os.work. So what we are going to specify here is the part that we want to actually go through to find the files that is inside of it. So I'm going to, this is a for loop. Here is going to set, if I want to walk through my entire system, I'm just going to set this, but since this is Windows, if I set this \2 of it, it signifies that I want to go through my entire system, or I can make something like C colon stereo, something like this, 2 of it, signify that I want to go through my entire system. So let's say in a situation, let me just try to go through my entire system. Then I will try to print out the files for us to see the files that we're trying to get out. So let me run this. Let me drag this up a bit. Before it run, I have to close this. So you can see you don't get in each particular folder or directory it went to, you get all the files that is available on it. You can see something like .wave.mp4, you keep on printing. Now you can see the first directory and the first route it went to. This is where the file they existed .syx.txt. You can see for you to find all the music that is on our system, just to get the music can be really cumbersome, because there's no music player you download on Play Store, and then it's taking this so long to get the music file for you. It can be really not the best case in our scenario. But when it comes out of Android mobile, let me pause this. This is actually eating up RAM of my system. So in this, we're able to see that we try to go through our entire files on our system, entire folders, entire directory to get the files on our system, like we were specifying we want to get the 5 days. Using this os.work, it can be really slow. Some of them might be wondering, oh, if this was how I'm searching for music players in our system or in our Android phone was actually done, how come some music player app is able to run all those commands quickly, that is able to get our music that is being stored on our Android phone, for example, really quickly? The way Android music is being stored on Android phones, or videos, or some other files that can be, to get them, need how to do kind of in-depth way to actually get them. The way it's being stored on Android phone is it makes kind of what is called, it's being stored in a kind of a temporary file, temporary file that any music installed on your phone, since it's an MP3 or any kind of extension that it has to be a music player, it's being stored in that directory, and those temporary file, meaning that when you download a music player, the man music player will just run to that temporary file and then get those parts, because what is actually being stored is the part that is being stored there. So those music player you download will just run to that of the part and then try to grab those parts that is there, those music parts that is there, and just going to play your music. Does not mean that it's actually going through your phone to actually check whether if you have music on your phone. It's actually just going to those temporary file and those temporary folder and just try to get all the music that is available on your mobile phone. So make sure whether we want to get the music that's on our system or is in our phone or is in our Linux operating system or on our Windows, there basically a simpler way to do this. For that of this of our window, we can make use of what is called sub process. We can actually achieve all this is in Python, but we're not going to do that. So I have a picture of it that will explain to us how you can actually run all this is on your operating system. Let's say in the case of Windows, you want to actually get it, make use of this sub process. It's a little bit faster, but this sub process can be a little bit slow. What you need to do is to first you have to import the sub process. We can come here to import what, like how we do here. We can import sub um, process. This sub process, I hope I spelled that correctly. SUP. Yeah, just import it. When you import sub process, it comes pre-written in Python, so you don't need to install it again. Just can create a variable of your choice, give it any name, results or process. I'm going to run this command. This CMD is definitely trying to tell you that it's going to make use of your command prompt to run this /e/ directly s/v, and it's going to look for any folder, so any file on your system that ends with .mp3. Then the output it will get, you just return SD out. It's going to split that up because it's going to come in kind of a next line of it. It's going to split it, and then it's going to, when you run this is basically a function. They can sort an MP3 and they're going to run to get all the MP3 that exist on your system. This is for that of the case if you want to run it on your Windows, which you can actually run here, but I'm not going to do that. And for that of in case you are using something like um, this is for Android. In case you are running this on Android, like the videos for you to download and make use of Android IDE, just basically the same thing. I'm going to import this process and then run this command, find SD card. In case if you don't have SD card, just put your internal storage here, -name MP3. So this is one of the fastest way to get all the MP3 and music on your Android phone. And for that of Linux, if you're using Linux, you are going to run this command. This Linux command is I can say that is one of the fastest. Android, getting on Android is also fast, but this Linux tends to be a little bit fast. Just going to locate asterisk.mp3. It's going to find all the MP3 songs on your system, and then you can just append it to a particular empty list and do it play it by making use of this Pygame. But that in my case, I already have songs that is being already have here, and the songs that are being installed are being in this case. I already have music here which is being stored here. I move it to this my YouTube music. These are the music I have here. So instead of me going through my file, I'm just going to come here, just right click on it, go to the properties, and then go to the security, and then copy. Why is it not? Go to the security and then copy this part here. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to head over to my VS Code, and then I can see our part is going to be this. Then I'll put the R in first, the file that I want to read it. So instead of putting command, instead of me running through all this, I can just identify my part here. So when I run this, I'm just going to run to this tab. Please going through all my folders of my system. It's just going to run to this part here that I have all the music. You can see after I run, they got all this music down here, and this music, all of them were inside of this my YouTube music. Where is it not opening? These were all the music that they got out. So with this, we're able to just directly make use of them. But in a situation whereby I do not know where your music is, you want it to actually run. And the situation like I showed, if you're using PyDroid, you can run that of the command like I showed initially, which was this. Let me go back again. In case if you're using Linux, you need to run this command. You need to run this command, and for that of the Android, they run this command. In case you're using PyDroid, they run this command, and for that of the Windows, they can run this command. for you to get all the music. These guys are really fast compared to this of our OS work. So in the next video, I'm going to try get the music and then play them. So this should be, if you enjoy, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.